Hi there, Internet Associate. It's Anthony, and I'm about to watch another episode of The Walking Dead. So this is Season 3, Episode 3, Walk With Me, and don't really have any specific expectations or predictions for this episode. Just looking forward to seeing what all is going to happen with Rick and the group at the prison, and I'm wondering if we're going to see Andrea again, since I don't think we saw her last episode. So let's go ahead and get into it. The Walking Dead, Season 3, Episode 3, Walk With Me. Is this present day, I wonder, or is this something, a flashback to anything? I mean, it's a helicopter and stuff, that's pretty cool. Whoa. Oh man, that is not just turbulence. Oh man. Oh man. That didn't look like they survived, but maybe they did. So this is current. Looks like they just saw it. Those walkers almost looked kind of cute with their mouths chopped off. Oh, whoa. He's split in half. Dang. Whoa, who is all that?
Not yet.
Yeah, they're just not sure if these people are good guys or bad guys. Whoa. Because, yeah, that's right. Everybody's a walker. Everybody's got this sickness. No, shh. Take them out.
That's a nice little twirl around. Oh, holy shit.
Is that
Bonnie.
Merle?
Damn.
It is. I knew he was still alive, man. Like, cause I was saying, I'm like, they wouldn't kill him without showing. Like, I mean, like, I know it. Like, you could just assume maybe he had died somehow. But I was like, they're probably gonna run into Merle at some point later down the line and be like, "Whoa, you're still alive!" Like, I remember saying that. So I'm glad that it ended up coming true. Ah, dang, and Merle would find them, given how he's, you know, clearly a racist. I wonder what he's gonna think about this black lady.
Michonne, right here.
That's her name, Michonne? Is that the first time they've said that?
Go check on your patient, Doc. Bet you was wondering if I was real.
Is Merle the boss man around here?
Probably hoping I wasn't.
I was separated from the rest of them. Got left behind. I know what it feels like.
I doubt that.
He's like, at least you still have both hands.
Hell. I think I'd piss my pants if some stranger come walking up with his mitts in his pockets. That'd be the son of a bitch you'd really want to be scared.
Thank you.
Hey, that's a good point, though. He's like, if somebody was that brave in this world, that's the person you need to be worried about.
Sure thing.
Are we gonna see Rick and all them at all this episode? Because last episode we didn't see Andrea at all. So I wonder if that means this episode we're just gonna see this group of people and not see Rick and them.
We watched you drive a knife into the skulls of 2 dead men. What the hell was that all about?
They were walkers.
They weren't bitten.
They didn't, I guess they couldn't see that they were walkers, huh? And they don't know the truth about everything, that everybody is infected.
Doesn't matter.
They brought over to my place in the morning. Return your weapons. Extra ammo, food for the road, some meds, keys to a vehicle if you want one.
Wow, they really setting them up.
Send you. Welcome to Woodbury.
They got a whole town. They're like, y'all still want to leave though?
It's an odor, makes people uneasy.
What people? There's nobody here.
Oh,
It's a ghost town.
I bet there's a lot of people here. They probably got like a whole village of people.
Not the Four
Man,
Seasons,
what?
but there's a hot shower. Water's limited, so I'll keep it short.
Might as well be the Four Seasons.
We got. Hope this works.
Hope this works. Have you seen the world? Feels too good to be true.
Appreciate it.
This looks pretty awesome, but I'm worried that it's one of those things that's too good to be true, because it feels like they're just building it up to make them more and more comfortable, but something has to be about to go wrong. I don't trust it.
They've lost more than a few friends out there. Everybody copes in their own way. But I'll raise it with the governor.
Michonne still looks like she doesn't trust it. She's like, what's up with him? He's just been lurking in the back all this time.
Tell me where they are, and I promise, if they're still alive, I'll bring them in.
This governor guy seems like such a great guy. Please don't let me down. Please tell me he's not some sinister being, actually.
You wanna take his lunch money while you're at it?
Sorry, Governor.
Maybe I've wasted my time with
He can keep anybody in check, clearly.
you. Them.
Do you think they remember anything? The person they once were?
I don't think about it.
Milton believes there might be a trace of the person they were. Still trapped inside.
That's what I was wondering too from that first episode when we were at Morgan and Dwayne's house, and I think Morgan's wife, Dwayne's mother, had came up to the door and was looking inside, and I was like, so does she like remember that? Like, is there a trace of her there that remembered to do that and recognize that place as familiar?
The way you control them, use them to your benefit.
Okay, this guy's getting weird.
You did know them, didn't you?
Let them in.
Really big walls.
And men willing to risk everything to defend them. Compromise our safety. Destroy our community. I'll die before I let that happen.
Dang. Rick's got some competition.
It's like you're sitting pretty.
Michonne still doesn't really seem to be into this. I mean, she really doesn't seem to trust him or this place. And can you blame her? At the same time, it really does look like this would be the place to stay. I mean, in real life, if I found this, I don't know, man. I don't think I'd be in a rush to try to leave and be like, no, I'm still just going to try to go on my own. I'd just be thankful for finding this place. But I can also understand being in this world and being like, nope, I can't trust this. I'd rather just fend for myself.
I don't trust him. Why not?
Clearly. And this guy's just been
Have you
lurking.
ever trusted anybody?
I want to learn more about her. Figure out what's all is going on. And why she's, why she has the trust issues, I guess you could call them. Although I say that word loosely because I think calling it an issue is a little inaccurate, considering the fact that it's pretty justified.
We found your guy, Wells. Lieutenant Wells? His chopper went down.
They found Wells. They got him. They found him.
We sure did. We found you too.
I knew it. They were laying in wait. He said, we found you too. I knew it. I knew it. Like I said, I was like, can't get too comfortable. This guy's probably sinister or something, even though he seems so nice. That was a crazy moment. So now they're gonna make walkers out of them and like chop their stuff off, or what are they doing? Yeah. Okay, see, this guy is not. No, Rick, never mind, Rick. You have no competition. You're still like the best guy on the show. The most stand-up person, you could say. And not that there aren't other people as well, like Daryl and Glenn. They're great people as well, and T-Dog and all them. But Rick's leadership ability and all that too, I'm just bumping him ahead. This guy seemed like a great guy, a great leader, a nice person, considerate. Like he really had everything figured out, and like he was just doing things for the best of the people, and he was keeping people in check when they need to be kept in check, and he had respect. I was like, wow, this guy seems like a really great guy. Maybe he's just really is a decent guy like that, and like.
Even though he's clinging alive, he told us about his convoy on the highway. His men.
You gonna lie to them and tell them they were dead already?
They didn't have our walls.
Yep.
Or our fences. Fighters got there before we did.
Biters is what they call them.
Now the men had trucks, the trucks
Yeah,
had
and they just took their trucks and weapons. That was the reason.
And we didn't
Food,
know
medicine. Andrea's looking up all, wow, this is such a nice guy. This guy probably was like Rick at first. And evolved into doing the stuff they were just doing when they killed all those men. So they're... Yo. Who's just keeping them in this tank? Like... I enjoyed the episode, but I'm also wondering exactly what this means for the show. I don't know whether this was like, does this mean now they're going to be alternating like episodes with Rick's group and this group, or was this like a backdoor pilot and this is like one of the spin-offs or something? I don't know. I know there's multiple spin-offs to this show, although I don't think they started this soon. I don't know though. So I'm really just like, I don't know. I'm interested to see where it's going from here. And if in the future, if they're gonna continue to alternate like this, or if this was just an establishing set of episodes. So we had episode 2 focusing on the Rick group and episode 3 focusing on Andrea's group. And now moving forward, we're going to be having the episodes with both groups, and we're just gonna, you know, switch back and forth between them throughout the episode. That's one thing I'm interested to see, how they're going to play this out. But in terms of the episode itself, it was definitely one of those situations where in a world like this, on a TV show, when stuff is as bad as it usually is, you know that when you come across something that looks as happy and joyful and positive as what they came across in this episode, you cannot get comfortable. You cannot just sit here as an audience member and be like, "Oh wow, this was great. What a moment of serendipity that they have found this wonderful place. Now all is right with the world." You kind of know, because it looks so good, there's something terrible bubbling under the surface. And that guy, Governor, seemed like such a great person. He seemed like the person that we thought Rick was going to be until Rick started kind of, you know, veering from that path a little bit. I still like Rick. I still think he's a great guy. I mean, it's just obvious he's kind of been veering in a different path lately. But that said, this guy clearly has veered in the same path much further. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if he was at, one point just like Rick, just a man trying to, protect the people around him, be the best person he can be a stand-up guy. He's the person that no matter what, everybody else respects, even the hotheads that don't want to listen to anybody. But he must have come to a realization that in order to make it in this world, it's dog eat dog. And innocent blood has to be shed, and we have to go out and kill all these people just to protect our own. That's what we're going to do. And we're not going to fuss about it. You're not going to talk back to me anything about it. I'm going to make sure that the people around me are on board, and we're going to go and do it. And that's what they did. They had it set up like clearly they've done this before. It was a whole system to it. He was doing the Oscar award-winning performance and everything when he walked out there talking about, "We found your buddy. We're going to bring you back to him." And they were all happy. They were like, "They found him. They found him." And he was like, "Yeah, we found you." That was so cool. That was a really cool moment. And that's when you know, okay, yep, as always, can't get too comfortable. Everything has just gone to crap. Oh no. Michonne had good reason to, she did have good reason just given the world. Although given the information that had been presented to her and Andrea, it definitely would have been sensible for both of them to have just gotten comfortable and be like, "Oh, this is a great place." Michonne never really reached that point. And I don't think it was because of any, tangible thing that she noticed or saw or heard that made her think, "Oh yeah, we can't trust this guy. We can't trust these people." I think that Michonne just had an instinct about it. It was very instinctual for her to just be like, I know how this world is, and I know how people are, and I know how people will present themselves. And This guy, nah. I wasn't paying enough attention to notice this, but maybe this is what happened. I don't remember, but remember when Merle said his whole thing about like the guy with the pockets and all that? Like he said, if somebody's holding a gun up to you, that's usual. But if somebody walks up like with their hand in their pockets, that's the person I'd be scared of. Like, think about how this guy walked in. I don't remember, but I'm like, maybe did he walk in with his hands in his pockets? Was that a bit of foreshadowing? It's just an instance or example of the fact that he came so like, you know, calmly and everything, like so nicely, like just seeming like he wasn't a threat. And she instinctually knew this is the type of person I need to be worried about. So I just thought that was very interesting to see her response to it all. And as an audience to kind of at first be like, maybe she should just get settled in. But then we realized, oh, she's completely right. So now here we are in a bit of a situation of dramatic irony, at least for Andrea, where we know that this is not good. And this is not exactly what it seems to be. But Andrea is now starting to get a false sense of security and thinks that, you know, it's all hunky-dory here. And you could see that she was starting to really gain a respect for this guy. And I think the question here also becomes like, although he went and killed those people and he was so willing to take all those people out and kill, and that makes him a bad person in some ways, obviously, he also definitely is dedicated and committed to protecting the people in this town. So it's like, is he a threat to them or not? Like, is he a threat to Andrea and Michonne or her? And I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing her name wrong. I think I just heard it said one time. So if I'm forgetting how to pronounce it, sorry. But is he a threat to them, or is he just a threat to other people and they would technically still be safe with him? And if they find out, should they still leave off of principle? That's another question. I mean, like, obviously it's terrible what he's doing. And I mean, like, I would like to think I'd be like, oh, well, if I found out that he was doing that, I'd be like, I don't want to stay here and be involved in this group that's killing people to take stuff. But at the same time, in this world, maybe that's just the more practical thing to do. I'm not necessarily saying it's the, like, I mean, like, you know, actually going out and killing yourself, but benefiting off of it. I guess I can't completely blame somebody for living in a community that is benefiting off of the death of other people and then bringing in resources and stuff. And like, I mean, obviously people are going to be like, well, I'm not doing it myself. I know they don't know. But I'm just saying, in theory, people might think like, you know, well, I'm not doing it myself, so it's okay. But I don't know. It's another question of principle, I think. And of, in this world, how much do you shift your morals and stuff? Obviously, the people in the town don't know what's happening. They're not even having this moral dilemma or anything like that. They think that this guy's a great person and these guys are all out here just protecting them, and that they found this group of people who had been attacked by walkers, and so they brought the trucks and weapons back and just paid homage to them. Yeah, they have a false sense of security because they don't know. So I guess that about sums up my thoughts for this episode. Just looking forward to seeing where they're going to take us next. It was really cool seeing Merle again. Really interesting seeing... Oh, that is one thing I wanted to say about this episode. This episode gave us a little bit more insight onto walkers and a little bit more knowledge of the lore of everything. Just a little bit. But we had a little scene with the scientist, doctor guy, whatever he was, where he was talking about they lose their desire to feed when you remove their ability to do so. I thought that was an interesting thing to learn. And we saw this thing at the end where he had all the heads in the fish tank and stuff. That was pretty interesting. So it felt like this episode was also going a good way in giving us a little bit more info and setting up what looks like it's about to be a storyline that might give us a little bit more info, because we're finding out, okay, what's going on with this guy keeping all the heads in the tank and stuff, you know? So, entertaining episode. Can't wait to see what they're going to do next. I guess you can go ahead and leave a comment down below. Let me know what you thought about the episode. Like the video if you liked it. Subscribe if you want to see more. And head on over to Patreon for the full uncut reactions to The Walking Dead. Until next time, I'll see you all later.